Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video that a lot of you have been waiting for, and this video is going to be a how I take care of my tattoos video. Now, just a little disclaimer, I'm not a professional tattoo artist. I do have quite a bit of tattoos and I have had quite a bit of an experience with healing tattoos, and I understand that everybody has their own way and their own different way of taking care of their tattoos. I am not telling you how to take care of your tattoos. I would never do that because that's just not ethical. I am not a professional. This is just going to be a video of how I personally take care of my tattoos and how I've always taken care of my tattoos. If you want to know how many tattoos that I always have that information in the description box. But I just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there because I know a lot of people take these videos very, very personally, and a lot of people let them affect them in a way that they shouldn't be affected. So just to let you all know, I'm not telling you how to take care of your tattoos. Take care of them however you want. I'm just telling you how I have always taken care of mine. Now, I did have a video like this up on my channel from a very long time ago, but it did need to be refilmed because it was when I first started YouTube and it was just very awkward and the camera quality was awful and I was like all shy. So yeah, I just figured that was a video worth making a new one of, and because my way of taking care of them has changed a little bit. So, let's go ahead and get a couple FAQs out of the way. The very first one is, where do you go and get your tattoos done at? I go and get my tattoos done at a shop called Wealthy Street Tattoo. I live in Michigan and they are located in the downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan area. And my favorite artist there is Johnny Spinoso. He does amazing work, so if you're looking for a new shop to try, check them out. Now, a great majority of my tattoos were not done at that shop. I only have maybe I have 3 tattoos from that shop now. The shop that I used to go to, I no longer go to anymore because 1, it is out of my area now. I can't make it out that way anymore. And 2, I just wanted to try a different shop and try different artists. So, not all of my tattoos were done at that shop, only a couple were. Like my half sleeve is getting done at that shop. Not this part, the new stuff that you're seeing here. That's getting done there. My Michigan tattoo is done there, and my Michael Myers portrait tattoo was also done there. So yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way. The next question I'm gonna get is, did your tattoos hurt? Yes. Let's go ahead and just start in this video. I'm just going to be telling you what products I use, in what order I use them, and just things like that, and some things to do and not to do when you're getting a tattoo, and you know, when you're taking care of it when it's healing. Okay, so obviously when you go and get a tattoo, they do hurt. It is a needle constantly being picked in and out of your skin. It does hurt. It doesn't feel great. A lot of people describe it as a cat scratching sunburn over and over and over again. Some tattoos do hurt. They are not like, you know, laying in a bed of rose petals. Like, it's not the most comfortable feeling in the world. Is it bearable? Absolutely. However, everyone is different. Some people have a very high pain tolerance, some people have a very low pain tolerance, and there are certain areas on the body that do tend to hurt more than others. For instance, like the inner elbow area, the armpit, the ribs, the feet, the sternum area. Those are some of the most common places where people have described feeling the most pain when getting a tattoo. But you know, again, everyone's different. Some people may not feel that way. Some people may think getting a forearm tattoo hurts. So it just really all kind of depends on the person and what their pain tolerance is. But regardless, every time you get a tattoo, you are going to be a little bit sore afterwards. So I will usually use ibuprofen or some sort of painkiller to kind of minimize the pain while it is healing. And usually when I get a tattoo, I am the kind of person and I'm the kind of client, when I am getting a tattoo, I tend to swell a lot. I also tend to bleed a lot, and you know, just really kind of gross things like that. So getting a tattoo for me afterwards is very, very sore. I usually need about 2 days to kind of recuperate. I do sometimes get a headache after getting a tattoo because the swelling and bleeding is just so bad. It puts a lot of stress on my body. So yes, usually the first day when I get home from getting a tattoo, I usually don't ever put anything on it right away just because I am so incredibly sore. And when you do leave the shop, typically the artist will put some sort of ointment on the tattoo to kind of soothe it. Sometimes my artist will put Bactine on the area and then put some sort of ointment over top of it. Now the three main things that I use on my tattoos while they are healing is, the first one is Provan Antimicrobial Lotion Soap. This is what I will use to clean my tattoo. As far as lotion goes, I will use Lubriderm. This is just the Daily Moisture Lotion, fragrance free. Always make sure that you are using fragrance free stuff, otherwise you're gonna fucking regret it. It's gonna burn and you could cause infection. So just always make sure it's fragrance free. Lubriderm is a great option. I do like using this. And for ointments, I really like the Aquaphor ointment, which just looks like this, or you can get the Baby Aquaphor lotion, which ointment, which my artist says is even better. So one of these two options and that will be absolutely perfect. Now I used to use A&D ointment on my tattoos, but a lot of you have said that that can cause a lot of ink and color leakage, and I can definitely see where you're coming from comparing like other tattoos that I've used A&D on and the new tattoo that I've not used A&D on. I can definitely see a difference. Okay, so moving on to some more ways that I do like to take care of my tattoos personally is, usually what I will do is, since I am so sore after getting a tattoo, I don't usually like to touch it that often, and the only time I will ever moisturize it is the first couple of days. I will only use Lubriderm. Now my reasoning for that is because when I get tattoos, like I said, I get very swollen and very just yucky. You know, there's just a lot of swelling and blood, and it's just not a good time. Now the reason I like to use the Lubriderm is because it is a very thin lotion, it is very easy to rub in, and it doesn't hurt as much to rub it in. Whereas Aquaphor, the ointment, is a lot thicker and it does take a lot more pressure on rubbing it in, because you don't just want to leave it sit on top of the tattoo. You want to make sure that when you're putting the ointment on that you're rubbing it into the tattoo, so it's getting underneath all of those layers and moisturizing the whole area. So it's a lot more pain-free for me to rub this into the tattoo the first couple of days rather than the Aquaphor. Now one of the questions I'm going to get is, how many times a day do you apply the ointment / lotion? Basically, the only time I will ever use either the Aquaphor or the Lubriderm is only a couple times a day, and that is only when the tattoo is severely dry. You do not want to apply the lotion on there every 5 minutes. You do not want to have it drenched in lotion and ointment all day long. Me personally, that doesn't really help the tattoo, and it definitely doesn't make healing go any faster. So the only time I ever apply any sort of ointment or lotion is when it's super dry and starting to get really tight feeling and really itchy. Now a lot of you are going to ask, when do you wash your tattoos? I wash my tattoos usually the day after they're done, and around the 1 or like 4 day, 1 week mark, I will wash them again. I will take a shower, only use cool water, don't use hot water because you're gonna regret that instantly. Take a little bit of soap, just lather it up on your hands and lightly rub the tattoo in little tiny circles. You don't wanna scratch at it. You'll be in too much pain to, trust me, and you don't want to rub it for too long. So just a little bit of soap, just enough to get all of the ointment and the guck off and any of the ink that might have bled out overnight. Just kind of get that off, rinse it off in cool water, and dab it dry with paper towel. Do not leave it submerged for too long, just for obvious reasons. It's healing. Let it get some air. And then usually once the pain starts to subside with my tattoos, which is usually around 4 days, is when the pain starts to become a little bit, you know, okay, I can manage this, it's totally fine. That is when I will switch over and use the Aquaphor. Now, this is very thick healing ointment, so you only need a little bit. This is just the advanced therapy for dry, cracked, and irritated skin. Really like to use this. My artist stands by this stuff, so this is what I use for, because obviously I'm gonna listen to my artist. So yeah, usually after the pain starts to subside, I'll just put a little bit of this, depending on how big the tattoo is. Obviously, when it is a big piece like this, you're gonna need more, but if it's just a little thing, you're not gonna need that much. So depending on the size, I'll just put a little bit on my fingers, and again, lightly rub in small circles. And now, if you have never had a tattoo before, or if you have only one tattoo, then maybe you do or don't know, but as the tattoo is healing, it starts to get very dry. It starts to peel and become very itchy. That is totally normal. That is usually when I will switch back over to Lubriderm and a little bit of Aquaphor, but not too often. Usually I'll just switch to like a fragrance-free lotion, and I'll just keep it moisturized as it's peeling. Now I know it's going to be tempting to want to rip off the little peely bits, but don't do it. Just don't do it. And just kind of rub them off. Don't pick them off, don't pull them off. That's just going to damage the tattoo and make it age horribly, so just don't do it. And then usually after a tattoo completely and totally peels, you'll notice that your tattoo has like a really kind of weird shiny looking to it, like your skin's very oddly shiny. Again, that's just all part of the process, that's just how it works, and I'll just keep applying lotion over it until it is fully healed. But that is basically all I do to take care of my tattoos. If you are someone who has a ton of tattoos and you take care of them differently, that is totally fine. Do what works for you and I will do what works for me. I just wanted to make this video and show everybody how I personally take care of mine because I do get a lot of questions. Now, I did want to talk about my half sleeve a little bit because I know a lot of people have been asking me, you know, when's it getting finished? When's it getting finished? And it is currently the beginning of March while I'm filming this video, so that means it is tax return season. Everybody's getting their tax money in, and my artist is completely and totally booked with appointments because, you know, everyone wants to take their tax return and get a tattoo. So I have until the end of March when he's open again. So my third session, which is going to be this back tiger and these leaves up here, that will be at the end of March, and then probably a month after that I will go and get this back guy done, and then it'll be completely finished. So whew. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give a huge thumbs up and don't forget to go down and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. But until then, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye!